Hi, I'm Adam C and welcome to Jack Shack, who you will see specialise in custom trucks and camper vans. So today I'm being taken out of my comfort zone and into something that I've not really filmed a lot of before. Now this year I'm trying to film a lot more of American cars and get to know a bit more about them, because I don't actually know that much about the American motor car. You see a lot of Japanese, Euro, supercars, classics in this country, but not a lot of things like this Chevy. So we saw this car at the Good Revival and I absolutely loved it. The huge bed in the back, the stacked exhaust. This is a diesel as well, as you could probably predict. So a very unique creation that I hope to get a little ride in later on to see what it's like on the road. And also there's a few more cars lined up. I'm in the wrong car today. I'm in my 350Z because it's a little bit of a drive. As you can tell, it's a little bit damp today, or very damp today, and I didn't really fancy bringing my Cobra that gets 15 miles to the gallon. This got about 35 on the way up here, so I'm parked next to this nice Plymouth, and tonight there will be a car meet starting in a few minutes, so hopefully more cars will arrive and be lined up here after we go out in a couple of the Jack Shack's cars. So we've got the Barrow Boys garage truck here as well. And you now join me for some bonus Americana with the Fanhome Knight Rider 1:8 scale model kit, which I'm about to build, and they have sponsored today's video rather suitably to show you exactly what this is all about. So I've got the first few to start building. So Fanhome provide original in-house designs where every month you will receive exclusive products as well as gifts. The magazines alongside include inspiring content as well as all the stages you need to build your kit. And your accurate 1:8 scale model has all of those features that you'll remember, with working headlights, brake lights and interior lights, a fully detailed engine bay, a rotating license plate and tons more. And throughout your subscription you will constantly receive many amazing gifts, and early bird subscribers using my discount code of Adam will receive 2 additional special gifts. And there we have it. So there are my first few stages of my build of kit. You can really see the detail involved in this. So to get your own with 2 free gifts, just use my code Adam and follow the link in the description below so you can join me on my journey to build this legendary car. Now, let's continue with the show. Just further down we have another Jack Shack vehicle. So this, you'll initially notice, is on air ride. It's currently slammed right to the floor. It has also been extended out, so has a very long wheelbase, though not quite as long as the orange truck we saw earlier. And it also is a diesel. So this has a 6-cylinder diesel, a turbo diesel engine, and apparently is quite the animal with 500 horsepower in something like this. So the V8 badge lies. It's not a V8, not anymore. And you'll notice the massive side pipe on the front, so we should be able to hear the turbo diesel noises too. It's certainly unique.
So have to get the old girl a bit warm.
Yeah. Oh, you got an old Chevy there. It's just crazy to hear a diesel do something like that. That was their 500 brake horsepower turbo diesel Ford F1, a car that would have normally had a V8 in, but instead has a giant turbo twinned with a 500 brake horsepower 6-cylinder diesel. And talking of turbo diesels, next up we're going to go out in this massive truck just to experience something very different. So this is a Chevy rather than a Ford, but still has its turbo diesel that we're going to hear start up and then go out for a little spin.
This is a weird one, isn't it?
Yeah. So what's especially weird in this one is the bench that we are sat on. It's not a normal seat, so luckily this doesn't have quite the agility and the power and the handling of the other one, because you're kind of thrown all over the place. So we're about to take a roundabout and you kind of cling on. So, two turbo diesel American trucks, two very different vehicles. The Ford F1 was kind of twitching around everywhere due to the dampness. It's got a 3-litre double overhead cam diesel 6-cylinder engine that you'd normally expect to find in a 90s Mercedes E-Class, but it's twinned with the turbo, creates 500 horsepower and enough to propel that truck all over the road. And I'm going to have to actually start filming some cars because I can hear something's about to arrive. Or not, they've just carried on driving. So we don't know the kind of cars that are going to turn up. I think it's mostly going to be American cars, but hopefully there's a bit of variety too. So the first car to enter today is the Bullet Mustang. I don't, what is that? So basically there's more than one exit and entrance to this place, and I just came down to the bottom of the road and this chap just came bowling through on his tricycle. I think that was just completely random because he hasn't emerged. Oh no, he's down there. What was that? That was nippy. Here we go though, something in bright yellow. We've got an E36 compact, looking pretty nice. Oh, he's sideways. Right. That'll explain his blurry number plate. And a handbrake entrance, so as I said, people come in to this junction and up here. And now we have more the kind of car that Jack Shack often attracts at their meets, doing laps of the roundabout and going home. What? Oh, I'm doing some spy shotting now. What was that? A new Land Rover perhaps? Aha! There's an S14 coming in from the other direction, heading up this way. Little pop from the SR. Oh, we've got one for the variety show of the day. It is an American tricycle with the US flag. Had a return from earlier suspect. Going into the show this time, after maybe picking up some supplies from the shop. And next up, coming around the corner, is a truck from the Stonehurst Museum. But after a little bit of time capturing the arrivals, it became clear that I still missed quite a few cars coming in. So I think it's time to have a look inside at some of the cars that are already parking up. So we have this Subaru Legacy with a pair of very large cannons out the back, which is next to the E30 and the Alfa. A couple more Volkswagens. There's the maroon Caddy on the end. There's a Rover in platinum. And beyond the two-tone Zafira, we have the Honda Accord Type R next to a Range Rover and this Chevy, which is again in two-tone. The purple kind of fades into grey at the back with the brave purple wheels that you're just about to see. There's also a leaf on it. Let's do a bit of modification. There you go. You can call me Ed China. Also, we have a new diesel vehicle pulling in. This old van with the red wheels, which again are very brave. We've got a bit of a rusty Harlequin effect going on as the Vauxhall pulls in. It is a very rare Vauxhall Forenza that has parked up by the van. And another new arrival is this Mini, which looks really cool. Yes, I'm sorry, it is raining. That is an effect that is going on, but check out the livery on the classic Mini. So it is starting to get a little bit dark, but we can still see a couple of the classics that are parked up right at the front, including the Stonehurst Museum van with little puppy inside. Hello, mate. Oh, he's busy chewing a slipper. And we can have a look at the diesel Mercedes engine within the truck now. So pairing this relatively modern looking engine inside this 52 truck is quite a crazy sight. And parked next to the truck is this very vibrant green Volkswagen Golf Mark 1. And we have a proper little rat rod which is sat right on the floor at the front with its straightforward trumpets on display. And look, there's even an MG RV8 that is leaving the show. And I just heard an unmistakable 5-cylinder sound, and this is what we have been greeted with. Quite the crazy Ford Focus. Look, he spells Hulk on his number plate. That's wild. I don't know if you can see the exhausts, but you could definitely shove a foot in there, not just a fist. And as the Willis pulls out, I think cars are going to start to slowly depart the show. So that is a 38 Willis with a 5-litre Ford V8. So the night is drawing to a close and cars are obviously going to start leaving the show. So I'm going to take a risk and head to the bottom here and hopefully capture some accelerations from down here, but most will probably leave up there, we don't know, we'll see. Well, it's paid off so far. We have the S14 leaving first of all. Here we go, the 5-cylinder sounds of the Focus ST. Still going, still going. Wait a minute, listen. Yep, it's still popping. It's been about 5 minutes since it left. Next up we have the V8 Chevy 10 departing the show. From Chevy we now have the Ford F100 V8. It now sounds like someone has just done a burnout. Ah. We've got another E36, didn't see that one in there. There's some kind of Fiesta revving maybe, and a Volvo behind as well. Right. There he goes, and now the Volvo is doing a burnout at the front.
Oh, mate.
All right. Well, there he goes. We've now got a Golf and a Fiesta finally leaving the show. The Golf's going to do that, getting a wide line. There goes the Fiesta. And now the Golf R. And also, for those interested, here is a look at the engine in the Chevy. So it's quite the minimal engine bay, and you can see how they managed to squeeze the turbo diesel under the bonnet of the Chevy. There's the massive turbo, the Holstedt turbo, same turbo as is on the Ford F100, and yes, I'm using my phone to light up the night. But I think from Jack Shack that was pretty much that. So we've got the massive truck manoeuvring behind us. Check out the LEDs on the side, I'm about to get hit. So I hope you enjoyed that video from Jack Shack. A big thanks to them for inviting me along. We're now just wrapping things up and rain is still falling down, but it didn't make much of an impact to the day's event. So follow me on Instagram for all the updates and highlights about these events that I go to. But for now, thanks for watching.